It's time for To the Max Sports, where we talk about sports. They're just two guys, Max and Drew, in a bar talking all things sports. Well, without the bar. And the beer. Wait, why aren't we in the bar?
Welcome, folks, to the Max Sports. As you can see, Max and Drew, they've definitely changed. So actually, Drew is on vacation with his significant other. Max isn't here. Jeff is on a date with his wifey, apparently. I texted him earlier today. So we have Mike and Taylor. Mike has been here before. Taylor is a newbie, so we're going to be very, very gentle with him. So we're just going to get the ball rolling. We'll go right into NBA playoffs. We're halfway through the play-in games. What do you guys think so far?
I like the Nets winning. I think they can take the Celtics. The Timberwolves looked very strong and young and athletic. I'm interested in that series against the Grizzlies. I think the Grizzlies will take them, but I'm very interested in the energy in that series.
Do you think the Nets better chance with the Celtics if Simmons finally plays? And do you think he plays?
Simmons will not play this year, I don't think. And I think Kay Durant and Kyrie Irving are going to just
hold it down.
Yeah, they're going to get it done. Get her done.
Well, unless Kyrie walks too far and walks off the flat earth.
That could happen.
Well, if you believe in a flat earth. Taylor, what are your thoughts, man?
Oh, man. Look, I bleed silver and black. I'm a Spurs fan till I die. But my hopes aren't high. I am really excited to see the Hornets play. I think that we're going to see a completely different player out of LaMelo. I think we can all agree that he is the real deal, but we've seen somebody have a whole lot of fun throughout this season. And now we get to see somebody with his caliber and potential in the spotlight in prime time. And I think that we're going to see somebody that we haven't seen yet. In terms of the Spurs, I am praying to God that Greg Popovich will figure out something to do with our offense. We've got a 15-man, 16-man roster, and we've got a whole bunch of role players. And we've got the guys. I mean, we've got Keldon Johnson, we've got Devin Vassell, DeJounte Murray's a baller. But Keldon Johnson is the man, and he's our pit bull. He's hungry. He's got the talent, and we need to get the ball in his hands. At the end of the day, you got to put the ball in the hands of the guy that draws the most attention so that your role players can hit shots. And that's what we've got. We got a bunch of role players that can hit shots. But we don't run offense, and we need somebody that can draw some attention and get those guys those opportunities. So I'm excited.
Do you see them going further than tonight, or is tonight it?
I can see us making the right moves. I think that we can go and make the actual playoffs. I think we can win tonight for sure. I'll never count out the Spurs. I think that Popovich, he's an amazing coach, and we can all put our hats up to that. It's just a matter of who is going to have the ball in their hands the most.
Okay, so moving forward, we get past the play-in games. You start the regular playoff games. What, Friday? I think is.
Yep.
No, Saturday. They start Saturday. But let me ask a question: the Spurs have to win 2 games or just 1?
2.
They have to win 2. So if they win tonight, they have to beat who?
They play the loser of the 7-8 game.
Yep.
The winner of the 9-10 plays the loser of the 7-8 game.
And who's in the 7-8 game? Because the Hornets are playing right now.
Come on, guys. We should know this, right?
Yeah, we should.
And I'm curious what you said, Taylor, about Mr. Ball. Is what a great name for a basketball player. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he had a great regular season. I'm very excited to see him play better than that. That would be awesome. But the guy's a superstar.
Oh, the Clippers.
Oh, yeah.
So the Clippers play the
winner of tonight's game.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah. That'd be fun if it's San Antonio versus the Clippers.
Oh, no Kawhi. I like the Hornets. Yeah.
I like the Hornets a lot too.
And I like the Pelicans only because of McCollum. I think talking about a guy that's going to have the ball in his hand and shoot 30 times.
Yeah.
I think he's going to shoot the ball like a maniac. If he has a horrible game, the Spurs can win, but kind of what you said is who's going to shoot for the Spurs? Are they going to spread it out? Or they're going to let a couple guys try to win for them, but McCollum's going to get a lot of shots.
The thing about CJ though, man, he is one of the most consistent players in the league. I mean, I have enjoyed seeing him play for a very long time. And that dude, you're right. He'll throw up 30 shots a game and he's going to make a lot of them.
Yeah.
It's very rarely that you see that dude have a bad game, especially in the spotlight and prime time in the playoffs. So that dude is going to be fun to watch. Absolutely.
Well, the San Antonio Spurs going into tonight are to win the championship, to win the NBA Finals. They're plus, I think that's 5 zeros. Yeah, 100,000.
Jeez.
Wow. Put a nickel on that.
Who do you think his favorite is?
Oh, don't tell me. Give me a minute. It's got to be Phoenix.
It is Phoenix.
Yeah.
Plus 260.
Okay, let's go top
man.
3. Number 2, Milwaukee.
Milwaukee plus 500.
Okay. Taylor can guess the third one, I guess.
Oh, man.
We've already been talking about them.
Nuggets?
Nets.
Nets. Oh.
Isn't that interesting? The Nets. Because they're in Brooklyn. That's all.
No. I think it has nothing to do with it being in Brooklyn. The betting line is looking at that team, which is at some level, I think, is what the Lakers wanted to be. A team that was okay enough in the regular season to make the playoffs and make a deep run in the playoffs. The Nets are that way. They're talented. They're talented enough to beat people in front of them. And if Ben Simmons does come back, plays, I don't think he has to play all that much, just 15 to 18 minutes a game. And it's a pretty stout team to go up against.
But again, I mean, it's kind of going back to the failures of the Spurs is you've got two guys that draw in an amazing amount of attention. You give opportunity to everybody else on that roster, and hats off to the Nets. They stacked it, man. They do have a really, really good backcourt. They've got, guys coming off the bench that are outstanding. Man, you've got an outstanding team, and you've got somebody like Kyrie and I mean, the thing about KD is you cannot guard him. You cannot guard that man. So both of them draw so much attention. They're going to go very far. I can for sure see them being in the finals all day long.
Yeah. Yeah. We talked about this. I don't think you were here for that night, Mike. We looked at the odds probably about a month and a half ago. And even a month and a half ago, the Nets were higher odds than say the Heat to take the Eastern.
So better odds.
Better odds.
And I like the Nets to beat the Celtics. But so if we could really go over the second round real quick, the Bucks will beat the Bulls. I think the Heat will win. The Nets will win. Who's the other team left? Sixers will win. So now we got Sixers, Bucks, Nets, and Heat.
Yeah. Oh, Heat's young, man.
So who the Nets? We don't know who the Nets are going to play probably, but because you don't know who's going to win because they reseed in the NBA. So those 4 teams are tough. And I think the question with the Nets is defense.
Yeah.
That's what I think the question is.
Well, score 150, you don't need to play defense.
True. And KD's a beast.
He is a beast. I was watching some of the highlights from that game, and what the hell is going on here? Sorry, that was ESPN. I was watching. I had the ESPN tab open, and that's was playing. I love autoplay videos. So anyway, I was watching some of the highlights of KD from last night's game, and it was boy's thin as a rail, but man, he could shoot.
Longhorn.
Really?
Yeah, UT for 1 year.
Okay. Well, that's an interesting segue. We want to talk about Longhorns. Let's talk about Scottie Scheffler and the Masters. Scottie Scheffler, Longhorns.
Who's Scottie Scheffler?
Number 1 in the world going into the Masters.
I didn't know that.
Well, you're not a fan of golf, apparently. Scottie Scheffler it was amazing. I watched as much of it as I could. He just ran away. He ran away. He was 5 shots ahead going into the 18th hole and double bogeyed.
And still won. Ended up 10
Incredible.
under?
10 under. Beat Rory by 3 strokes, who posted, tied the best final round in Masters history, 64.
Rory
McIlroy.
I couldn't catch the other guy. And if he's a Longhorn, he's good with me. But I was talking to Taylor before we started. Are you relevant in golf before you win a Masters? Before you win a major? Does anyone really know who you are?
No.
Well, I'll make the argument that if I go to a general sports fan, and I ask them, name me a professional golfer,
Tiger Woods.
they're going to say Tiger Woods. And then I'm going to say, okay, name me another one. They're
Phil Mickelson?
Yeah. So
I have a lot of respect for anyone that can win the Masters. So
Scheffler,
he's on my list. He's the real deal if he won the Masters.
Scheffler is on a tear. 3 of the last 5 tournaments.
It's impressive.
And not scrub fields either. These are good fields. The Masters is an interesting beast because we talk about a limited field. You only have about 20 or 30 players that are gonna contend on Thursday, starting on Thursday. So that's all you got to beat. This isn't the U.S. Open.
Wait a minute. There's only 30 players?
No, there's 90. I think 90 are eligible.
Okay.
But honestly, only 30 players are in
Competitive.
contention.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it was an interesting weekend. Tiger surprised the hell out of me. I know I said last Wednesday he wasn't going to play, and he did. Shot 1 under in the first round.
He's a competitive person.
He is, and then his surgically repaired leg kind of gave out.
But
But he
his
looked
worst Masters performance.
his worst of his career. He shot 1 under in the first round, shot a 74 on Friday, and then +6 Saturday and Sunday. Worst round ever in the Masters. But what was insane about that is he went off the 18th green with the biggest smile on his face.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Tiger, for all the ABT folks out there, who root for all but Tiger, and I have a few folks in my social circles that are that way. The man is in the 3rd or 4th act of his professional sports career and has become an amazingly decent, happy, content human being.
Yeah.
This is not the Tiger we knew from 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's a happy story. And golf needs Tiger.
Yeah. He's been humbled.
They need Tiger, though.
He's been humbled.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we're going to play a game. So, folks, we all have some rule cards. This is rules of the game. Can one of you hold up one of the cards so we can see on the screen? Yep, rules of the game. So we're going to go around and ask each other questions, or we're going to be asked questions, and see how good we are with the rules of the games that we so wonderfully follow.
Baseball been very, very good to me.
I hit fastball very well. Curve not so good. Fastball well.
I hit ball far with corked bat. Sammy Sosa.
Well, at
Pujols
least
is back. Mr. Pujols
yes,
is back.
Oh, he's
yes, and
50.
And DH and National League is really going to extend a lot of players' careers.
And I like that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it. I am really okay with the changes in baseball, and I'm accepting it because it's going to increase pace of play and increase marketability of the sport.
I missed the bunt. Can somebody bunt, please?
Oh, they're doing challenges now, aren't they? Are they writing in challenges yet? Or no? I feel like there's a rule. Like I heard that there's a new rule coming of being able to challenge specific plays at certain times.
Oh yeah. They're expanding the replay.
Yeah,
expanding the replay, increasing the size of the bases, banning the shift, and pitch clock.
I have an issue with banning the shift. I don't know about that. I can see modifying the shift, and that leads to my bunt comment. Guys can't bunt. You got the third baseman 60 feet away from the bag. You can't lay down a bunt and hit the bag with the ball. They'll never get you out. But nobody wants to bunt anymore. It's not sexy.
No, it doesn't. The numbers don't bear it out.
Blah 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 blah.
Okay, old man. Okay, so here we have the rules of the game. So how we're going to stack this up is each of us is going to ask one of the other 2 people a question from a card that they're going to pull from the stack. Mike and Taylor have a stack in front of them. I have a stack in my hand. So we're going to start with Mike asking for a question from Taylor or myself.
Okay, I prefer a baseball question, please.
Golf it is. Baseball.
Okay, Taylor, ask him.
Mike, there is one out with the runner on first. The batter hits a long ball to the outfield, which is surprisingly caught as the runner nears third. The ball is thrown to the second baseman, who tags the bag before the runner can retreat to second. Does this constitute the third out?
No. I think he's got to wait till he rounds the bag, the second base bag.
That is correct.
Give me a
No, since the runner originated at first base, the defensive team must appeal there.
appeal at first.
At first, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I kind of got half of that right, I guess. I thought he had to run around second bag. You can't get him at second. Yeah.
I mean, him passing second base is irrelevant in that play.
You got to go straight to the first base.
Yep.
First base. Okay.
Straight.
Yeah.
Straight to the first base.
I got a portion of it, I guess.
Okay. Taylor, your chance to ask one of us to give you a question.
Bob, I would love a basketball question.
Of course you would. This is a pro basketball question.
Okay.
John, because apparently the subject, the noun subject in all of these questions is going to be John. John accidentally strikes the ball with his leg while he is dribbling it. Is this a violation?
No.
Why?
I mean, I feel like kickballs are always considered when they're an intentional kickball. Yeah.
You're right.
Awesome.
Accidentally doesn't count.
Are we keeping score here is the question.
I'm winning.
And what is the prize?
A cookie.
All right, I'll take it.
Oh, and an orange slice. We didn't even ask you a question yet. How could you be winning?
Because I'm keeping score.
Let me give you a shuffleboard question.
Because I'm keeping score. Okay. Mike, give me a question about golf.
Golf?
Golf.
Okay.
Why are you going in the middle of the deck?
He split the deck.
No,
I'm
take
from the
it.
city.
Take it from the top. Take it from the top.
I take what I want.
Take it from the top.
Manifest destiny.
Okay, so golf. Okay, here we go. Let me take the bifocals off. Some practical joker takes the flag stick from the hole and sticks it in the green some 20 feet from the hole. The players are unaware of this and hit their approach shots within 2 feet of the flag stick. Do they have the option of putting the flag stick back into the hole and re-hitting from where they hit their approach shots?
No.
That's correct. No, and there's more. And there's more. But the answer is correct.
No, you put the flag back in the hole. You don't get to re-hit your approach shots.
It says no, the players must accept their shots as they lie.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I love golf because golf is unforgiving. Unforgiving, and the players call the penalties on themselves. It's a game of honor. As opposed to the cheats in baseball with the steroids. Okay, Mike.
That's 3 for 3, right? Everybody just got their first question.
I don't think I got mine right.
You got yours right.
Technically, I guess I did. I don't know.
Yeah.
Me.
We'll say yes.
What do you want?
Let's keep this straight.
Which one of us?
I don't care who asked the question, but I won baseball.
Okay, after this one, you have to pick a different sport.
Okay, shuffleboard.
Okay. The batter pops one up to the first baseman in fair territory, who hot dogs it.
Okay.
Catching it with his ball cap. Is this a legal catch? If not, what happens to the batter?
I believe it's a legal catch, sir.
It's a legal catch?
I believe so.
I'm actually surprised by this answer because I would think it would not matter. It is an illegal catch. The batter is awarded 3 bases.
Dang.
What?
I didn't know that.
Wow, that's harsh.
Wow.
I guess you're not going to see that too much.
No, you probably are not going to see that too much.
Maybe in Bull Durham, you might see that.
But what's funny in that it is if he didn't catch it with his cap, but caught it with his hand, that's a legal catch.
What's special about the hat?
I don't know. Okay, let's move on. Let's finish this round and do one more, and then we'll get back to a
Cool. Mike, I would love a football question. I'm changing things up a little bit. Let's get some NFL.
You're making Bob jealous. Football. Here we go. I'm not going to say John. I'm going to say, there's 2. I'm going to say Tom Brady. No, I can't do that. Okay, okay. John takes a handoff from the quarterback who is in the shotgun formation. He starts to run a sweep to the right, but throws a pass from behind the line to the quarterback who is open in the flat. Is this legal? I'm going to read it again.
No. So running back is still behind the quarterback when he throws it.
He starts to run a sweep in the right, but throws a pass from behind the line to the quarterback who is open in the flat. Is this legal?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the Philly special.
Yeah.
When the quarterback is in the shotgun formation,
did that in the Super Bowl.
he's considered an eligible receiver.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's the Philly special.
I love that play.
Okay, so is it my chance to have Taylor give me a question?
Yes.
Taylor, let's give me football.
Football. All right. Man, they love John. They love John.
Yeah, it's boring.
All right. I'm going to say Timmy.
Well, he wrote a gospel.
Timmy, who is playing tight end, jumps into the air and catches a 5-yard pass. While he is still in the air, he passes the ball backwards to an offensive lineman who is an ineligible receiver. The lineman gains 5 yards after the catch. Is this a legal catch? And if not, what type of penalty is assessed?
Gee, that's complicated.
If you'd like, I can read it again.
So the tight end catches the ball in the air.
Yep.
While in the air, he throws it backwards to the lineman.
Yes.
Who's ineligible?
Ineligible.
Yes.
As a receiver.
As a receiver.
Interesting.
The lineman then gains 5 yards after the catch. Is this a legal catch?
And can I answer this after you're done?
I think it's a legal catch with a legal pitch back lateral, and the ball is where the ball is. That's my answer.
Yeah, I know it's not a regular play. Like on the kickoffs, when they do these kickoff plays, everyone's throwing the ball behind them to try so the clock won't run out. That's why I think this is a legal play.
The answer is this is a legal catch.
Does he get the 5 yards after he catches it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not just on kickoffs only. You can do that anytime during the game.
Because it's not the lineman catching the ball.
Does the receiver have to be in the air? No.
No.
I don't know why they think that.
I was trying to throw you off on that part.
Yeah. Okay. One more round.
Oh, jeez.
Alrighty.
Jeez. It's your turn.
Can I get a Jello wrestling question?
No, we don't have Jello wrestling questions. What do you want?
Girls volleyball video?
No. What do you want?
What sport? I don't know. How about
baseball, football, basketball, or golf?
Give me basketball or give me death.
College basketball.
Oh, God.
At what point in the game does the timer stop the game clock after any successful field goal?
Okay, so this is a college basketball. Can you repeat the question, please, sir?
So at what point in the game does the timer stop the game clock after any successful field goal?
Yeah.
So
I don't understand the question.
Most of the game, the clock runs.
Yeah, they don't stop it.
At some point, they stop the clock after a successful field goal. What is that point?
The ball gets loose? I don't know.
No. What point on the clock? How much time left before they start doing that?
Oh, I have no idea. 1 minute?
I would like to guess 2 minutes.
His guess is better than yours. It's 1.
1 minute.
I was right. I said 1 minute.
Last minute of the game.
Pure guess.
Huh.
Dumb question, by the way. Not your fault. You didn't write it.
It's not a dumb question. It's a rule.
And the game's not fun either. Sorry.
Well, okay.
No offense.
So I don't want to divert here, but I mean, how do y'all feel about the college football of like every time you get a first down, you stop the clock? Do you like that or do you not like that?
Oh, I see. So they do stop the clock. Interesting.
In college football.
Yeah. That's a great question. I've seen that and I thought about it. I like the college game. I don't know, because they're young and they're not professional. Yeah. So I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
That's probably why. And they're 20 years old.
Yeah.
They're not professionals.
Yeah,
but they make a lot of money for the NCAA though.
I have no issues with it. It's a totally different game. Yeah. Let's not get me started.
If you want to get Bob riled up,
I was just about to ask that question.
He's going to get really riled up if you talk about that.
I love it. Yeah. I love it.
No.
There are no ties.
College football overtime is a bunch of contrived scoring opportunities. And don't tell me the stats should count the same.
No, but it sells. It sells.
Yeah.
Touchdown sell.
Yep.
Points sell.
Yeah. Me, and our friend Stuart are totally down with the overtime rule in college.
Okay. Taylor, you have one more question. I have one question.
Okay. I did basketball. I'm not doing baseball or golf. So I'd like to run it back with basketball.
Do you want to ask the question, Michael?
Yep.
Is it my turn?
It can be.
Oh, I'll do it. I like to talk. Okay. We're doing basketball. and I don't have, here it is, pro basketball. How about this one? How long does a regular timeout last? Who the hell cares?
90 seconds.
It's actually 100 seconds.
Oh, man.
That's a
100
ripoff.
seconds.
Yeah.
Oh.
1 minute and 40 seconds. That's a ripoff.
Okay, so
Wow.
you get a couple full timeouts, which are 100.
I
and then
never
you
knew.
get a
I
couple
never
30
knew. I
second
never knew
timeouts.
that.
I
I
don't
know
know
they have
either.
7 timeouts per half, though, don't they?
So you get exactly 3 minutes and 10 seconds. That seems weird.
Okay. So last question. I'll take baseball from whichever you wants to give me a question.
Been Betty, good to me. Oh, you go. I just asked the question.
Baseball.
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 Alrighty.
Baseball.
A batted ball hits the foul pole, which is located just beyond the outfield wall. Is this a fair or foul ball?
Fair.
That's an easy one.
That's an easy one, actually. Fair. Hits the
It's
foul.
got to be fair.
Yeah, it's fair.
Fair ball.
Yeah.
Home run.
They call it a foul pole, but when it hits it, it's fair.
Fair
But
ball, home
It's
run.
it's the line, and if you look at most of them, they have a screen on the foul side.
Mm.
But if it hits the pole, it's in. It's like hitting.
Okay.
It's like hitting the baseline.
So if it hits the screen,
It's foul.
oh, really?
Yeah, Because
I wasn't certain about that.
most of those screens are to the
To the
foul
left.
side. Yeah.
Oh,
Or to the
interesting.
right. Yeah.
And that makes it helps the umpire, because sometimes when the ball hits at a certain angle, you can't tell if it went around the pole or not, but the screen helps you. Good,
Yeah.
good point.
Well, that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Meh.
I didn't keep score, but I won.
We're always even when I'm up 1.
Whatever. Okay, so a little bit. We did a baseball question for the last one, so talk a little baseball. A little bit of controversy for Clayton Kershaw fans out there. Today, Kershaw was 80 pitches into the 7th inning, pitching a perfect game, and came out of the game.
Now, did he complete 7 innings? I thought he completed 7 innings.
Something like that.
Yeah, because it makes a big difference to me, 6 or 7. Because 7 innings, you're 6 outs away from a perfect game. And the guy's like 100. Let him pitch the freaking perfect game, Dave Roberts.
Well, here are Kershaw's comments. Those are selfish goals. We are trying to win. That's really all we are here for.
Come on, Clayton.
Whatever.
Come on, Clayton. Be honest with yourself.
Then he said, I would have loved to have stayed, but bigger things, man. Bigger things.
Well, he's a good company guy. I like that about him.
No,
How many perfect games have been thrown in baseball history? How many? 6?
more than that.
10?
I'd say it's probably in the teens or even in the 20s.
And 17 of them were like in 1842.
Doesn't matter.
Well, guys had no legs when they were playing back then.
No, that is actually the
That was pretty funny, actually.
the majesty of baseball is the statistics matter, and the statistics can be compared whether the game was played yesterday or 50 years
And
ago.
Bob loves that fact. Let me just say this about Clayton, who I'm very respectful about how he was discreet about this. But what's he supposed to say? Hey, Dave Roberts is a schmuck. I wanted to stay in. He wouldn't let me. But supposedly Dave asked him, and Clayton agreed to 80 pitches or 85 pitches. But I would have liked to hear, and Bob disagrees. I'd like to say Mr. Roberts came out there and says, Clayton, I want you to stay in and get a perfect game. How do you feel? If he would have phrased or framed the question that way, I wonder if he would have got a different answer. Don't tell me he phrased it that way. He did not. So I think it's ridiculous. I know the guy's he's been injured like a million times in the past year. A perfect game.
If it's any other team, I am with you. But the Dodgers are not playing for first place in the regular season.
Blah, blah, blah. It's a perfect game.
No,
We're talking record books though. Like this is
Yeah.
your legacy.
Yeah.
No, it's not
And the
because
guy's 50.
Clayton Kershaw is arguably one of the best regular season pitchers in baseball.
Correct.
Yeah.
He has had some problems in the playoffs, and the Dodgers, who we all thought were going to win the World Series last year, didn't. So if I'm a Dodger fan, do I want a perfect game in April or do I want a World Series?
Okay.
I think the
think you
answer
have
is
to
I
choose
want a
between
World
them.
Series. You have the potential to be choosing between the two of them.
Well, now you're asking the Dodger fan. I don't really give a crap what the Dodger fan thinks. I'm thinking about Clayton Kershaw. And by the way, he struck out 13 dudes.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Okay. How many? So what was your guess on how many perfect games?
Well, you corrected me and said in the teens.
No, I didn't correct you. That was my guess in the teens, but you said like 6.
I said 6 or 10, but I want to bump it up a little bit.
Taylor, you have any guess?
I'm going to say 12.
Okay. How much are you bumping it up?
14.
Okay. I am the one closest without going over.
He didn't say a number. Did he say a number?
Yeah,
I said in the teens.
That's not a number.
Oh, come on. You are such a
That's
shyster.
a range. You literally chose like 7 numbers: 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
First of all,
7 numbers.
You're hilarious.
Any of those numbers I take, I still win because it's 23.
Oh, wow.
23 perfect games in Major League Baseball history.
In 140 years.
Yes, 142 because the first perfect game was pitched by Lee Richmond for the Worcester Woosters
Yeah.
on June 12th, 1880.
And he had one leg.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Stop denigrating.
Okay. So my point is well made. 23 perfect games in 140 years. And I got to pull you out because I'm worried you're going to get injured.
5 days later,
He died.
John Montgomery Ward for the Providence Grays pitches the second perfect game.
Do you know how bad those guys were back then? They were terrible. I could play baseball back in 1842.
No, you couldn't.
And
Okay.
in the condition I am in now, which isn't good.
Most recent perfect game.
Most recent?
Yeah,
It's
give me
not
the most,
Clayton Kershaw.
Okay.
Mr. Roberts made sure of that. Thank you, sir.
most recent perfect game.
I can't.
Oh, man, I have no
Can't even
idea.
think of it.
It's been a while.
Yeah. I'm going to guess 20 or 30 years.
Almost 10 years.
Almost 10.
Wow.
August 15th, 2012.
Give us a hint, Pookie.
Team.
Felix Hernandez, the Seattle Mariners.
Mm.
I think he's still pitching.
Anyway. Okay,
No,
well,
he's not.
So you proved our point that it was utter ridiculousness that this guy didn't complete that game.
no, I
In
didn't.
10 years.
I didn't prove anything because I actually disagree with both of
23.
you.
How long has baseball been around? How many years?
150 some odd years,
And
40,
there's been
50 years.
23 dudes that have been able to accomplish this.
Exactly. And let me clarify this. And I'm a big baseball fan. I've been watching baseball for 50 years. How about this? Clayton Kershaw's old. He's injury prone lately. He struck out 13 people and his fastball is like 89 right now. So he's a brilliant pitcher. He's only thrown 80 pitches. If he had thrown 100, I could see the guy for the San Francisco Giants. His name's Webb. He's my fantasy guy, pitched a brilliant game. He threw on like 95 pitches in 8 innings, and then they pulled him, which is fine. 80 pitches? Come on, he can pitch. Can you give him 20 more pitches, Mr. Roberts? With the what's it called that term? The
Coach?
No, the statistic thing.
Oh, stop it.
Whatever happened to like coaching by your gut? He can't do it. That's why they lost 3 World Series.
Talk about Billy Bean. Now, actually, Kershaw's comments
Oh,
continued. Blame it on the lockout. Blame it on me not picking up a baseball until January. My slider was horrible the last 2 innings. It didn't have the bite. It was time.
You struck out 13 guys. I believe he's being a nice man. I think I think he's saying the right things.
Yeah, because he knows that guys like us are going to start talking, and he wants to make sure that he's like, no, this isn't the best interest of the team. Like, nah, bro. Like, this was dumb.
Unless he's completely honest and the completely incredibly unselfish, but I think he's unselfishly selfish to himself.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be selfish sometimes.
I think he's fine. I think he's fine.
But also, at what point does a journal, like, I get like the health thing and you're like, oh, you really got to start worrying about his like arm. I get that. But at some point, like, adrenaline kind of takes over. And when you have like that kind of moment where the stars align, you've got an opportunity to do a perfect game.
Yeah.
Your bot, like, things are different when you are on fire. When like that is a completely different moment.
Once in a
athletes
lifetime.
know that. Yeah.
Once in a lifetime.
Everything changes in that moment.
Yeah. 23 perfect games. You said it, Pookie.
I can see the point, but it is April. If this was September, I think it may end up being different. But
they did mention that. They did mention that. It was early in the year. First game, yeah.
But I think oh, poop.
ESPN.
Man, love ESPN with the crap. But I think there's some truth to his things. And actually, I think a lot of the analysts have been a little worried about what the lockout was going to do on early season injuries, early season availability, early season rest. So this just kind of bears it
Yeah,
out.
and I think in Robert's defense, Clayton's been a little fragile, and you don't want to hurt the guy. Like the kid and I'm changing it to basketball. The Dallas Mavericks played the Spurs the last game of the season. It wasn't completely meaningless. The guy tears up his calf. Now I'm finding out that calf injuries could last months. Oh boy, Doncic could be out for the whole playoffs because of a relatively meaningless game.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of a bummer. So,
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we're going to call it a night. We're at 35 minutes in, so I think we're going to call it a night. Thanks, guys, for pinch hitting to bring back a baseball analogy. Pinch hitting, since we don't have a designated hitter here to the Max Sports. So thanks for coming on out. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the good answers. We actually did pretty well on rules of the game, I thought.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm impressed.
You guys did good.
Yeah, you did okay.
Me.
You did okay. So with that, I think we're going to be out for the evening. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you. For
Whether you're
having us.
watching this live or whether you're watching this on demand on the YouTube. If you're watching us on the YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Come on back. Max should be back Drew should be back next week. Hopefully, Jeff come on back, not because these guys didn't do a good job, but because we love Jeff as well.
Go Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go.
Beat them Pelicans.
And bye LeBron.
Where's he going?
I just can't stand the guy.
What a very unimposing mascot.
I respect him as an
Pelicans.
athlete. I just don't like him. But yeah.
Okay, we'll come back next week for some LeBron hating. But with that, we are out. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.